In today's video, we are going to be going over a super saint of the time of Christ. And this is Saint Ananias, disciple of the Lord. You can see it right here on DNJC. And this is a very, very rare relic to come across. Another super rare relic. And I've never seen another one like this. And this is exosubu, so from the bone, of Saint Ananias. Okay, so he was born in an unknown date in the 1st century, and he died in another uncertain date. Traditionally, of course, this is in the 1st century. The church remembers him not for a long public career preserved in detailed records, but for one decisive moment of obedience in Damascus, when the risen Christ used a hidden disciple to raise up the apostle to the nations. Ananias lived in the earliest days of the church, when Christians were few, vulnerable, and often feared. Saul of Tarsus had come to Damascus with authority to arrest believers. Then Saul was struck blind by the light of Christ. He was led into a city, and he was left for days in darkness and prayer. It was in that tense hour that the Lord spoke to Ananias in a vision, calling him by name and sending him to Straight Street, to the home of Judas, to lay hands on Saul. Ananias answered with honest fear. He knew of Saul's reputation, and he knew what it could cost to approach him. Yet the Lord's word was clear. Saul was a chosen instrument. This vision itself is the first supernatural intervention associated with Ananias. Christ guiding his church by personal command, not leaving his disciples to guess in the dark. Then came the miracle that stands at the center of Ananias' sanctity. Entering the house, Ananias called Saul brother. He laid his hands upon him, and Saul's blindness was healed. The book of Acts describes it as something like scales falling away. Sight returned, Saul rose, and he was baptized. This healing was not merely physical. It was the visible sign of an inward transformation, the persecutor becoming a disciple, the enemy becoming a herald. Early Christian tradition adds that Ananias became a shepherd of the local church, often described as the first bishop of Damascus, strengthening believers in the faith that Saul would soon preach to the world. Some traditions also remember him traveling to preach beyond Damascus, especially to Eleutheropolis, where he was said to have healed the sick through prayer. These accounts speak of infirmities cured, bodies strengthened, illnesses relieved, by the mercy of Christ working through his servant.